Guys, I've been putting this video off because I didn't think it was relevant, but I keep seeing this story get retweeted on my Twitter, so I thought let me just add my 2 pence. Jake Livermore. Now we all know that he's had some personal problems battling off the field. Thoughts be with him, and I really hope that I don't know if it was a son or daughter, but one of them they had a young child and they passed away. I really hope they're in heaven, and I hope both the mother, because it's forgotten about that someone had to carry the child, is given all the help, both mentally, physically, she needs. And I hope if they are trying to have a child again, it happens for them. Of course, I hope Livermore gets through it. Now, I saw Livermore in Westfield, like on one of them Sundays, and I come on, I ain't gonna ask Livermore for no picture or nothing, but I saw Livermore, and I was thinking, what are you doing in Westfield? You don't. It's not like you play for Spurs again, or it's an international break. What are you doing here? Obviously, he was there minding his own business. True, say it was a Sunday. I don't think anyone was actually West Brom were actually playing. I don't know. So yeah, it could have been just come down to London, check his family and stuff. But then I saw that Pulis, and credit to Pulis, is giving him a break from football, to get mentally recharge his batteries. He's had a long pre-season that he's been playing for England and things like that. He's played every minute of prior to the break, playing every minute of West Brom's. So yeah, credit to Pulis. I know he gets a lot of critics for negative football, but things like this shows he's a class above the rest, man. And yeah, man, you've got to hail it up when it becomes. He's allowed, rather than be selfish like some managers. I can't imagine any managers, but there must be at least one. Rather than some managers be selfish and say we need you for the league, he's put a human perspective before the footballing perspective, and you've got to hail him up for that. Now I'm seeing a lot of people say, what's he got to be unhappy about? He's got money, he's got this, he's got that. If we look at it away from the unfortunate what happened with the child, what do you mean, money and things like that? Yes, he's in a more privileged position, and you could argue if a rich person is unhappy, they can do something about it immediately. But he's still human. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you feel depressed, you feel depressed. If anything, the added attention, scrutiny, attention, all of these things, and being in the spotlight would make you more depressed. Because if I do something or you do something, it's not gonna blow up. If he does something, he can be labelled things by people he's never met before, people he's never had a conversation with. So the more money you have does not equal feeling good and things like that. Added to that, because of who he is and the status, he might genuinely want to tell people his problems or try to talk, and there might be fake people around him, people that are just interested in him because of the status. So stop being ignorant and thinking just because you got money you can't do things or be happy. And I think that's a very, pardon my language, retarded way for anyone to think. Livermore, I really hope, if he's come out and said that it's more physical, they just want to recharge their batteries. Of course, the club is going to play it down, and so is he. And credit to Livermore for ultimately coming out and speaking. But just leave the guy alone. Let him recharge his batteries. I really hope he gets his mind right and things like that. We saw the things with Aaron Lennon. Mental health with males isn't spoken about enough, and I really hope he gets through it because no one likes to see that stuff. That being said, at the risk of sounding controversial, in 2015, I do think he should have had a ban for taking cocaine because yes, you can't tell someone how to grieve. Yes, it is something massive that happened to him. Yes, he can be forgiven for doing these things, but the matter of the fact is, he took cocaine. Like, he took cocaine. Rules are rules. I mean, I'm like, you should get him the help, get him the support, but rules are rules. Like, I'm not, like I said, you can't teach someone how to, or tell someone how to deal with depression or how they should feel about it or feel about these things that affect them. But if we look at Harry Arter, I'm pretty sure the same thing happened to Harry Arter, and God bless him and his family and the deceased infant as well. And I hope, again, like Livermore, he gets through it. But he didn't take cocaine. Of course, what one person does and the other, you can't just be like that. People react to different things. But when you look at football, there's rules there. Yes, they're human and they make mistakes. So you made your mistake, you get your ban and you come back. Personally, that's how I think it is, because rules are rules. I mean, again, not to sound harsh, but things happen. Again, not to sound harsh, and like I said, that you can visibly see I'm sympathizing, but things happen to everybody every day. So if we acted in certain ways, or if you at your job because someone died, because someone died or whatever in your family, and you did certain things and took certain substances and you were found, you're more than likely going to get suspended or fired or things like that. Of course, I'm not saying you should be fired, but you'd get suspension. And although the reasons or might be valid for how you spiraled out of control, the fact is you still did what you did. So I do believe everybody needs to be held accountable, because at the end of the day, we still have actions, and we still, regardless of what's happened, yes, it's hard to think logically, but we still, as humans, make choices. And if you make bad choices, you're not a bad person, but there are protocols you have to follow. That's just my personal opinion on it, and I think it was a cop out by the FA at the risk of sounding heartless to do that. So yeah, but it's just, and to wrap it up, my final point, I just want to hit home, like, just stop thinking because a man has all this money and riches he can get through that. For God's sake, the man's child died. He lost his child. Do you think he cares about his £1 million contracts and his endorsements and his house and all these things? No. Money can't buy life. Money can't buy life, dog. Like, it's just, stop being stupid. And I know my viewers, the majority of people watching this are not retarded like that and can sympathize. But this is for the small section. So yeah, guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Livermore, I hope you get through this. I mean, you don't play for the club I support, but I hope to see you on the playing field again, because no one likes to see physical or mental torment of anybody, much less footballers, because we know the society they're in. But I'm waffling, guys. Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Get in the comments, subscribe.